about the others.
Okay, let's go to England, Colombia, my friend. England, Colombia. Now, this was on paper a mismatch. Underdog role of Colombia. And it's not that they don't deserve to be here. They absolutely do. But relative to the European champions of England, this was England's to lose. And Colombia was in that nice, comfortable type of underdog position. Not a whole lot of pressure. England, the European champions, under a tremendous amount of pressure from fans and pundits alike, if you will, including myself. But this was also ultimately, when the whistle blew, it became readily apparent right from the start that this was going to be a bar brawl. This was not going to be a soccer game. This was a knockdown, drag-out, bare-knuckle type of back and forth between these two teams. They were trying to just crush each other. And in many cases, they did. The physicality of this game was something that I haven't seen in a long time. And the back and forth and people going up and clashes and all that kind of stuff, it didn't make necessarily for the prettiest game, but it made for the most intense game. And at one point, Carly turned to me and said, I feel like I'm watching a hockey game. Because, our good friend John Strong was also getting into it, and he was at his apex in terms of the back and forth and talking about things, and you could just hear the excitement and emotion in his voice. Ultimately, England prevails. But Colombia scored first. First things first, did you think that Santos's goal was a shot or a cross?
I thought it was a shot.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of England fans comparing it to Ronaldinho's goal against England in the 2002 quarterfinals that sailed over David Seaman. Somewhat reminiscent.
Yeah.
And there's questions about that one as well, whether Ronaldinho meant to put the ball where it went.
Well, you'll never tell, and sometimes you just say, yeah, just kind of put it in the general vicinity and see what happens. I think it was a cross. It doesn't really matter ultimately because it goes in the goal, and now everybody's turning around saying, oh my goodness, Colombia is going to go in at halftime winning 1-0. Could the impossible actually happen? And Colombia had played at times well and had some opportunities, but it was mostly England. Linda Caicedo, who has burst on the scene here, the 18-year-old phenom. In general, throughout today's game, I did not think that she was used to great effect. There was nobody faster on the field, and it's not just about speed with her, because she has incredible skill. But I didn't think Colombia did a good enough job to isolate her one-on-one. And then when she was one-on-one, I don't think they did a good enough job of saying, Linda, don't look to pass. Just take players on. You are faster than everybody, and you are more skilled than everybody. And she was deferring a lot in this game. So I didn't think that was good. But to England's credit, they didn't panic. They showed a maturity that is befitting of an elite team like they are and the European champions. And they found a way back in. I shouldn't say that. They were gifted a way back into the game right before halftime. They get their goal. But as I said, it was a gift from Ms. Perez in goal.
To give people a peek behind the curtain,
yes.
After Musovic's performance for Sweden against the U.S., we decided we should do a feature on the incredible goalkeeping at this World Cup, how much goalkeeping has improved in the women's game. I believe you might even be involved in that piece.
Yes, I think I wrote it.
After this game, we had some discussions about whether we should scrap that piece because this mistake by Catalina Perez was incredible, inexcusable. I don't want to be hard on her, but she really hurt her team because England, given all the injuries, are actually kind of an offensively challenged team right now.
Yep.
And had Colombia got into the locker room up 1-0, I think things could have gotten very hairy for the Lionesses in the second half. That was an incredible lifeline, a gift to go into the locker room 1-1. And then Alicia Russo scored in the second half, and they end up picking up the victory. But I do wonder how this game would have played out if Catalina Perez had not made that mistake.